A female elf watches Ark by a cave. Ark accepted a job to deal with bandits hiding in the cave, taking their treasure as loot. Elsewhere, it is revealed the attack on Lauren Louvert was a failed assassination ordered by Lord Triton Dinto, who himself was ordered by Prince Dakares to destabilize the kingdom in readiness for a war. Triton is also furious his son, Udalan, is putting himself at risk leading their illegal slave operation. Ark is attacked by the female elf who accuses him of kidnapping children, until she sees Ponta, which she recognizes as a forest spirit. As spirits rarely trust mortals, she realizes Ark couldn't be a kidnapper. Ark offers his assistance, but she refuses. Ark follows her and finds the kidnapped elves being tortured by Udalan and his men. The female elf kills most of the slavers but is forced to surrender when Udalan threatens the children. Ark defeats Udalan and protects the children, allowing the elf to kill the rest, refusing to believe he is a simple adventurer, and yet convinced of his trustworthiness. The elf introduces herself as Arian. Arian receives a message more slavers have been located and hires Ark to help her. Arian requests to hire Ark, who considers that her comrades will act apprehensively towards him, but she's willing to trust that they'll accept him the same way she does. So, Ark accepts Arian's offer. Using the magic spell gate, Ark teleports the group to Little River, which surprises Arian as she notices Dinto in the distance. The reason why Ark teleported them to that spot by the river was that he didn't want to cause a commotion in the city. When they arrive in the city, they wait for Danka, who Ark is shocked by the severe look on his face. Once Arian gives a brief introduction of Ark to Danka, they decide to reconvene at a restaurant. There, Arian formally introduces Danka to Ark, and he notices that Danka has maple in his name too, which leads him to believe that they're related. Arian then informs Ark of the nomenclature of elves. Ark then tries to ask Danka a question, but he's too preoccupied with his beef skewer and beer. After finishing those off, Danka coldly asks who Ark is, and Arian explains Ark's backstory and that he can use teleportation magic. Confirming that he can use teleportation magic, Ponta appears by his shoulder and Danka recognizes him. Impressed by this news, Danka then discloses the location of their target area within the theater district. It's decided that they'll wait until nightfall when the security is most lax. In light of that, Ark and Ponta leave for an hour to prepare themselves, and Arian says they'll be waiting there for him. With Ark gone, Danka notes that he's surprised that she asked for help from an outsider. In her confession, she admits that she was adequate in trying to rescue the captured elves and claims that her sister would have had no trouble in accomplishing it. Danka then says that one day, she should be able to stand in the same acclaim as her sister, but asks if they can really trust Ark, and she reaffirms it. Meanwhile, Ark is shown to have cashed in the bandit bounties and possessions. Now with some gold, Ark buys a meal for himself and enjoys it with Ponta. Elsewhere, the captive elves' location is revealed, and one of the elves proclaims that they'll be rescued and that the bandits will be punished. The bandits, however, pay no mind to the warning. That night, the group heads out to their destination, all while being tailed by an unknown person. Using Dimension Move, Ark teleports the group to the rooftop of their destination. After Arian struggles to get inside the building, Ark uses Dimension Move again to teleport Danka, Ponta, and himself into the building. Searching around the inside of the building, they find that some of the bandits were killed. From there, they all split up to investigate the building so they can cover more ground. Ark uses Dimension Move to cover the sound of his tracks as he moves around the building, and the moment he finds more dead bandits in a room, he's attacked by a ninja. Exuberant over this discovery, the ninja asks Ark how he knows that she's a ninja, but calms down after seeing Ponta. The ninja deduces that Ark is there for the enslaved elves and then gives him a roll of paper which she claims will be of use to him. The location of the elves. She also notes that she was unable to locate her own objective there, and then gives Ponta a sprig of berries. As a show of remorse, the ninja informs Ark that there are 2 more elves being held captive in the Lord's palace. The papers which the ninja gave Ark turn out to be paper contracts for elven slaves, and Ark shows this to both Arian and Danka while also mentioning there are 2 more elves in the Lord's palace. When asked about where he found the papers, Ark claims that he found them on one of the bandits there. At that moment, 3 bandits enter the room Ark's group is in and are swiftly dealt with by Arian. Down in the basement area, the elven girls are freed by Ark's group, and the elves are thankful for being rescued by them. Aid is cast by Ark, and outside, he notices the magic eating collars around the elves' necks and uses Uncurse to dispel them. This feat astonishes Dank. As the elves thank Ark, Danka tells Arian that it's not over yet, and that he'll lead the elves home safely. He also leaves Ark and Arian to take care of rescuing the remaining 2 elves held captive in the Lord's Palace. Ark then uses Dimension Move to reach the Lord's Palace. Watching them from afar was the ninja accompanied by another ninja, and she comments that they'll meet again someday. Triton and Eudolon are captured by Arian and the slaves get revenge against Triton whilst Ark discovers a hidden treasure which he loots for himself. The palace abruptly blows up, which Ark suspects was caused by the ninja. Arian invites Ark to visit the elf lands so they can continue rescuing slaves, though they would need an elder elf's permission. Afraid of being exposed while meeting the elder, Ark removes his helmet, showing Arian his skull face. Arian decides all elves will keep his secret and hopes the elder may know how to fix his appearance. The human king Carlon, his son Sect and Dakars, and daughter Uriarna decide to investigate the rumors of slavery, which violates the human-elf peace treaty. They decide to contact the elves, though it is clear both princes have their own agendas. Uriarna is certain Dakars is secretly involved in the slave trade, and that Sect has a plan to expose him to strengthen his own claim to the throne. She decides to make sure contacting the elves goes well and reaches out to her sister Siriarna, who married a prince of the Limbolt Kingdom, the only kingdom that currently trades with the elf lands. Ark and Arian reach Lalatoya, an enormous elf settlement deep in the forest. And that's the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you saw, subscribe to the channel. I will be uploading a lot of videos just like this video.